What's up, everyone? I've been looking forward to this video for quite some time, so I'm just going to get right to it. There are some decent-sized contributions from some subscribers. So instead of just taking that money and putting it into lighting or putting it into something else, because all the money that you guys actually donate, I end up doing stuff with. I do real stuff with. I use it to make more videos. What I did this time, though, was I used it to create things that I hope are useful to the community in some way, hopefully. Hopefully it's not a waste of time, but I think that you guys will like it. So I wanted to run through a couple of things that some of them are ready and they're going to be shown today, and you can use them. Some of them, while being shown, aren't actually available or aren't really usable. They're just things that I'm working on that I wanted to share with you guys. Here's the first one. It's called Darkwebdaily.live. Basically, it's just a compilation of links. It shows a link and it tells you if that site is up or not. If it's up, it shows it in green. If it's not, it shows it in red. Pretty straightforward. I have some of these that this is kind of still under development. I have some that I have to add, but we got forums, right? We got search, communications, news, crypto, whole bunch of good stuff. It has both a clearnet address, which is going to be this right here, Darkwebdaily.live, but it also has a onion. And it just so happens that onion's also a vanity onion. This project took a little while to do. It's actually a Python script that auto runs every 10 or 15 minutes and basically generates a static HTML based on if the different onions are up or not. So it was a kind of a pet project I've always wanted to do. Kind of have like one of those link sites. Is no affiliate anything on there. I don't have any affiliate links on there. I don't make any money from that site. I basically created it because these two gentlemen were gracious enough to both donate money, and the money that they donated combined was enough for the server costs for a year. So this will be up for at least that amount of time. If I miss something or you think something should be added or removed, definitely reach out to me. Let me know. I hope it's useful to someone. I have links, obviously, to my, I had to put it in an ad. At the end of the day, what better ad than an ad for my social media? So now you have an alternate place besides my original ClearNet site to actually get it from. But I hope you guys find a use for it. I hope it's not moronic. It doesn't have any JavaScript whatsoever. It's pure HTML. So there's that. This is the second project that I've been working on. It's an XAMPP server. So not very complicated, very straightforward. This is one of my addresses right here that you can see. Another address that I have is this one. So you have an onion for this, and you also have a clearnet address for this, depending on your specific use case or what you want to be doing with it, or how locked down you need to be. I don't know how seamlessly both of them will work. Never really set up XAMPP server before, so I hope it works. I hope it's not infuriating to use. If it doesn't work, feel free to reach out to me. If you have XAMPP, you now saw my addresses. Feel free to use them. I might respond. I might not respond. I sometimes am AFK. I'm still wrapping up some of my painting that I have to do for the apartment that I have. Not this one, but a different one. So there's that. But definitely, if you want, feel free to reach out to me. Again, please don't take it personal if I don't respond. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I have a massive backlog of stuff that I have to do. But I do hope that people find this useful. Originally, I had actually created a matrix server and hardened it and I added a bot, and I had it was really cool. I had a bunch of stuff going with it, but I had some issues with it that I personally couldn't figure out, and I couldn't invest any more time in trying to fix it or kind of harden it. There was a couple security issues that I didn't like that existed with it. that I couldn't really figure out a workaround for. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's gone now. But it was that would have been my preferred medium. And then I was looking at SimpleX, saying about creating a SimpleX server and having that instead of the XAMPP server. If you guys would prefer that, let me know. And I'll probably keep this one up for at least a year. If it gets used, if it doesn't get used, I won't. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it's useful, if it's not useful. Let me know if you have issues. Please reach out to me at contact@sambent.com. If you find yourself having issues with the XAMPP server, try to describe the issue in a way that lets me try to figure out what's actually wrong. And again, I don't always have time to answer every email that I get. I get a ton of emails and messages and DMs. So my apologies ahead of time if I don't get back to you, or I don't get back to you in a timely manner. It could be either or. Please don't take it personal. It's just I have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. You guys can see some of this stuff, but this is like a little bit of work in comparison to some of the other stuff that I have brewing. In any case, I was going to take you to the last thing, which is not open to the general public yet. So, but I know a ton of you are very resourceful. You could probably find it. Registration's not open. You can hop on it and browse if you want, but there's really not much there in the way of content. It's just mainly a site that has yet to open up. But I wanted to share it because I've talked about this a couple times before, but really haven't shown anything of what I've done. So again, just remember, even though I'm showing you this, it's nowhere near done yet. There's still a ton of configs that I have to do. There's still a lot of work that I have to do, and it's not something that I want to release until it's complete. And even when it's complete, there'll be constant updates to it because that's just kind of the way these things work. But this site, it's cut off a little up here. My apologies on that, but this is basically a site I've been working on. It's not all that amazing, but this is the course that I was telling you guys about. There's obviously a lot to it, ton of stuff in here. None of it's like I have a lot of this mapped out and I have a lot of it set on what I'm going to talk about, when I'm going to talk about it. I don't have a lot of it recorded and edited. And that's mainly because that's the most resource intensive thing. It's a pretty big struggle just to keep up with news, even just Darknet related news in my super niche, because I am a one-man operation and I do have other things going on like painting, which is all but dead at this point. However, I wanted to bring you guys this update, and I wanted to share some of the projects that I've been working on. Even if you guys don't see them immediately, I want you to know that they exist. I'm also working on setting up my main site, which is fairly straightforward and plain Jane, with actual subscriptions and tiers and memberships. Originally, I was going to set up memberships here on YouTube, and I don't know, I still might. Really, at the end of the day, having video hosting separate from YouTube opens up a world of possibilities to me. It lets me talk about a lot of stuff that just is not YouTube friendly at all. I personally don't do any sponsorships. I really don't like them at all. It kind of drives me nuts when I watch a video or a content creator on YouTube or any other platform and it like cuts to this ad of whatever it is they're trying to sell. And it's that content creator talking about how great this or that is. I have a lot of disdain for that. And I would rather try to set it up where the audience funds it. And in turn, I can offer a value proposition of things that aren't commonly available or are exclusive to people who have a membership, just like you see with anything else, whether it's Patreon or YouTube memberships or any of that stuff. I might open up memberships here on YouTube. Initially, I was going to do it when I hit 20,000 subscribers, but to me, it's really, really important that when I do that, I have stuff right away that I can offer those people that absolutely makes the trade-off worth it. And I know because I get super tips and there are people who donate other ways. that you guys, a lot of you feel that way already. And you have no idea how much I appreciate that. I'm very happy that I bring value or entertainment, either one, to your day. That's the point of all of this. This is why I enjoy making these videos. And it's a very tedious, laborious process, but I enjoy it. I enjoy talking about this stuff. And I love hearing feedback from you. Really. That's I think if no one commented ever, I would probably not really want to do this, because at the end of the day, I think a big part of it is community. All of us coming together for a certain cause. And that's been like a foundation of community since day one, whether it was the guy who figured out how to make fire and everyone came and discussed and had a form of community, or this right here. Either way, it's another reason why, as of late, I've really been kind of down on sites like Dread, where I think a lot of it is just sold out nonsense, where you have a lot of people who pay for advertising, and they're pretty much the ones that own the site. You see that a lot with YouTube and a lot with a lot of other sites. And that's, once I see that, it's kind of like the death of that site to me. And their own numbers have shown that. And that's a whole nother video. I was going to get into that. If you follow me on Twitter, then you've probably seen those numbers in one of my replies. But that's a video that we have to get into in order to understand that. But this video was mainly just meant to show you guys some of the stuff that I've been working on. And I hope some of this stuff has some use to the people that are out there. And I know, like, both have Darknet Degree doesn't have an onion, but the other two, the XMPP Server as well as the link site, do. And you know, the point of that was to try to respect people's privacy and encourage good OPSEC. In any case, it's been great making this video, and I missed you guys, and I will be making videos more regularly now. I appreciate everyone's patience, and great to be back. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video.